Imagine for just a moment. It's the birth of your child, a life-changing experience, one that will never be forgotten. 10 tiny fingers, 10 tiny toes, perfection. Think about all the hopes and the dreams you have for this child. Then, it all comes crashing down. Your geneticist has just told you that your child has Cri Du Chat syndrome. You're told that your child will never walk. Your child will never talk. You're told that your child will not live past the age of 1. This scenario is all too real for many families that have a child that has been diagnosed with Cri Du Chat syndrome, also known as 5P-.
5P-, also known as Cri Du Chat syndrome or cat cry syndrome, was first identified in 1963 by Dr. Jerome Lejeune. 5P- is caused by a deletion of the short arm of the 5th chromosome. As such, it's not curable. There's not any medication that's going to make it better. We have an incidence rate of about 1 in 35,000, so it's very rare. And you can compare that to Down syndrome, which has an incidence of maybe 1 to 5 to 10,000. Professionals may have never seen another individual with Cri Du Chat or even heard about it. So it's important for groups like the 5P- Society to provide families with information that they can provide to the professionals and assist them so we can help these kids have the most productive life possible.
People with Cri Du Chat, 5P- syndrome, have a variety of physical, intellectual, mental characteristics. They have the ability to communicate in various ways, from a nonverbal sort of signing-like technique to reading, using words in a format that you might understand or might not. When you're looking at a person with Cri Du Chat, you can't determine what their potential is by just looking at them. The question is, how can you look at somebody and know what their potential is? You can't. What you have to do and have to believe is that they have the potential. It is the fact that we believe and we know that our kids can do whatever they want to do, that they have the capabilities. Our kids have a lot to offer. Our kids make a difference, and it is with that high expectation, the right to have high hopes, and the right to reach their full potential, because yes, they can do it, because we believe and know that they can do it.
I can XYZ.
Awesome!
Look at me, look at me. My name is Affiliation.
By utilizing a team of family and educational and health professionals, we can see that individuals with 5P- can achieve their fullest potential.
When my daughter was born, there was a real lack of information about 5P- syndrome. So I tried to focus my energy, focus my emotions into something that I could do something about. And what I could do with that is build a database of families across the country that have the syndrome. I sought out other families, brought them together, and we brought in some of the best medical professionals we could find that had any experience at all on the syndrome, brought them in as speakers, and started the group. After we formed the society in 1986 and started having annual meetings, it became apparent that there were a lot of families out there that needed information. They needed an opportunity to meet professionals, meet other parents. As we did this and the society grew, we needed an executive director to help us continue our mission. And our mission, of course, is the support of families that have children with the syndrome.
When I started as the executive director in 1997, we had maybe about 500 members, or not even members, 500 people on our database. Very slow growth until social media came around. Social media came around, the growth became enormous. Because of this growth, there's more need for better information, more need for dissemination of information, more need for awareness. One of the things that we're trying to do in creating awareness is we've started this International Cri Du Chat Awareness Week. We have a new web page that is able to identify and bring people closer together from different areas, not only in the United States, but all over the world. And that brings us to our next step. Now we need some ambassadors. Now we need people who are going to go and be the voice of the society, to go to these health fairs, abilities expos, medical professional meetings, where they can actually be there as a representative of the 5P- Society and be ambassadors. Talk about the syndrome, talk about the society, bring more awareness of who we are, what we are to the general public. I would like Cri Du Chat syndrome to be as household name as Down syndrome, autism, any of these other syndromes or spectrums or anything. I would like Cri Du Chat syndrome to be right there. So when families are told they have a child with Cri Du Chat syndrome, they'll know, hey, I've heard of that one. Let me go find out more information about it. And I know exactly where I can go because I've heard about that. We have a conference every year, and we try and rotate that conference around the country so that every 4 years we're going to be in a different area. For instance, we'll be on the East Coast or the West Coast, the North, the South, or the middle of the country. We are a family. And the best part about it is families are seeing what their child can do. They're seeing these other children doing things that they were told their children would never do. Here they are seeing these children doing things. It's an awesome experience.
With your financial contribution, the 5P- Society can continue its mission to provide support for families with a child with Cri Du Chat syndrome. And let's always remember that what a person can do is always more important than what they can't.